There once was a lad on the tube of the U who made silly videos for people to view. He fancied himself a medieval town planner and wanted to become the lord of the manor. So sit back, relax, if you are bored, watch Pibbles playing Manor Lords. Yes, hello and welcome back to Manor Lords here on the Mr. Pibbles YouTube channel. I am Mr. Pibbles, and this is Manor Lords. So, in the last episode we got a couple of bits and pieces done. We watched our first crop and first harvest come in, so we're starting to sort of really make space now and start to make our way towards having adequate numbers of people around and about, which is fun. So in this episode we are going to follow on with all of that, and we are just going to continue on. This time we are going to start over this side, over where we started. Well, we ended last time with our wonderful little area over here. So we're building some burgages over here to sort of give us some more space and people, which is wonderful. And we are also building this mining pit over here so we can extract some clay from the ground so we can make roof tiles, because that is a required resource to upgrade our church. Now to do that we need a couple of things. We need smooth stone, we need mortar, and we need tiles. Now some of these bits we have, some of these bits we don't, so we are going to move towards sort of being able to do that by the end of the episode. Do I think we're going to be able to get to level 3 by the end of today? Who knows? But all I know is it may take us a moment or two to get where we need to go. And our crops have rotated, that is wonderful. Let me just pause this very quickly. So we've got wheat there, rye there, barley there. So barley, wheat, rye. That needs to be wheat, rye, barley, rye. So rye, barley, wheat. Oh, hang on. Let me do that the other way around. So barley, rye, wheat, barley, wheat, barley, rye, wheat, barley, rye, wheat. Aha. I'm trying to figure out what I've done wrong here. No, I think it does have to be in that order. So rye, barley, wheat. Wheat, barley, rye, wheat. Wheat, barley, rye, wheat, barley, rye. And that looks good. Excellent. Cool. Let's click play on that then and move back over here to our second settlement over here. Excellent. We've got a new family moving in at the tailor's shop. So we have a tailor's shop. That is wonderful. And we've got another set of people in. Let me pop back over here and let's see our tailor's shop. It's that one there, tailor's shop. Ooh, excellent. So hopefully they should be able to make us some clothes, which should be good. And our brewery is finished. That is wonderful. That should give us ale. As soon as we've got the ale, that will give us a lot more stuff to play with. Now we are just waiting for this clay pit over here to be sorted. And then we can get in and sort everything we need to sort. Because once that's in, we will look at getting the next thing in. And actually, again, while we're here, I think I am going to... we've got extra plots on there. Those aren't extra plots. I think we will expand at least a couple of these, which means we can get another couple of families down this way. And we can see all of these orchards are finally working, which is wonderful. This one isn't, but we can finally get our pairs in there. Wonderful. Again, we are in the fortuitous enough position to be sat here waiting, while, well, waiting for everything to happen. Excellent. A new family has moved in at the brewery. And we are slowly getting more and more available living space. That is wonderful. Our approval is up. That's good. Our food is down. That's not good. Let me come back this way. We've got no one in the fishing hut at the moment. That's because workers can't gather anything. That's fine. Have you finished the mining pit yet? No. Well, here's an idea. Maybe I should stop getting other people to, well, getting people to focus on other projects. Excellent. Our ale production is up, though. That is good. We can stockpile the ale. And then hope to get to a point of being able to properly sell it. It should be good. We've got a lot of yarn. Let's hope that that becomes clothes. If I hop back over this side, I think it's the tailor's shop. People, advanced. Production focus. We will focus on woolen clothes because that gives us, that's from yarn. So we don't want to reserve any, and we don't want to set a production limit. Because I just want them to make us some clothes. And then, if I'm right in thinking, we could also build a cobbler. Because I think we've got enough hides for it. Let's have a look at... I think we've got a plot somewhere that doesn't have a backyard. They've all got backyards. Do you have a backyard? No. Do you? No. Do any of these? No. Aha. Where's the cobbler? Cobbler's workshop enables productions of shoes. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad. That would allow us to get some shoes, which, again, is another form of garment, and garments is the one thing that we do need right now. In the meantime, I will just wait for this this pit to be finished. Now I wonder what's going to happen first. Are we going to finish this pit, or is the are we going to get another unassigned family? Damn, the fields weren't fully ploughed. Let me pop over here. Ah, darn. Oh well, we can live with that just about, I think. So now that we've got another family in here, let me actually stick someone in the tavern. And let's go... no, let's not overstock, but let's for now reserve 5 ales. Because that should help us at least a bit. And where are the construction workers? I have no idea. If this episode is going to turn into us looking and waiting for this to be complete, then this is going to be fun. Right, there's the smithy. There's that burgage there, which we can do a backyard on. That's fine. That one we can also do a backyard on. We'll also create the expansion there. However, the question is, again, where are the people that are meant to be building this? They are taking their sweet time, as it were. Let me scour the road. Because, you know, if they were to be anywhere, one would expect it to be somewhere along this road. Aha, there we go. I found them. No. Right, pause. There's Albrecht. Okay, but we'll just watch them. Okay, I'm going to high priority the mining pit then. Because it doesn't seem to be working any other way. I mean, it is remote and out the way, so I don't blame them for not coming over here, but at the same time, it needs to be done. You know? But I mean, at least that backyard plot's going in. Can't complain too much about that. And, ooh, we have clothes now. That is wonderful. Okay, we are starting to get clothes. Now, from previous kind of attempts at playing this, it doesn't usually work in getting clothes out to people. So what I'm going to do is what I learnt last time, which was get another storehouse, and I'm going to stick that storehouse there. Which I'm not expecting to be done for a few moments. But we will wait. As I say, we just need to get more and more clothes, which should be good. I believe we are making flour, though, which is good, because it means that we are hopefully making bread. Fuel, food. Yes, we are making bread. Excellent. Cool. The clay furnace is... Clay... Where's this clay furnace? I didn't even ask. Oh, it's that one there. That's the one that makes the roof tiles. Yes! Excellent. Okay, so that explains why that hadn't been being built. Right, let me attach someone there, and let me completely get rid of everything apart from commodities. Right, that's the only thing I want that to store, and then I want... Where's the other one? Over here somewhere. It's that one there. I don't want that to store commodities. So that should mean that we get a clothes stall up at the marketplace at some point, which should be fun. Right, how long does it take to dig a hole in the ground? And I know that mining pits are more than that, but... Ooh, excellent. Our goods stall has been created. Where is it? There it is. Excellent. So hopefully that's the one then that will give us our clothes, which is wonderful. Now if I once again speed this up, we are blasting through winter here, and for once food and fuel are not a concern of ours, which is good. We do have a good amount of money though, so what I am going to do... So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go to the livestock trading post. Now, I want more sheep. Like we've got a lot of lambs at the moment, but I want more sheep. So give me 4 more sheep, we'll say for now. It's not many, but every little helps. Excellent. Right, we finally have someone coming down here. Jacob, are you going to sort this for us? Sort our big problems and finally give us our mining pit. Excellent, finally, and with a family just moving in, that sounds like it's time to assign someone to the mining pit so we can start making clay. Amazing. So as soon as we've got clay, we can then stick someone in the furnace. Well, make them work in the furnace, shall we say. And then, obviously that puts us in a wonderful position. Now, I'm going to buy a chicken coop for that plot there. Because you can never have enough chickens in this game. I'm going to buy you goats. I'm going to buy you goats. This makes me wonder how long these people have been waiting for their goats. Or even if they wanted goats at all to begin with. Who knows? But there we go. But that does take us one step closer to being able to upgrade our church. Which is fun. So how are we looking? We're looking good in terms of materials. What I might do is get a couple of burgages sort of here. So if I... What do you mean plot too small? I don't think that plot's too small. Let me do that, then that. Alright, let me do that the other way round then. Excellent, we can do one burgage there. It's not ideal, but I suppose we have to live with what we've got. Let's build that there, and then we will come equivalent there, up to there, up to there, up to there, and that's 2 more there. Wonderful. Then we can sort of start at looking and getting some more around the church here. We're building up this sort of town square area, and I do like it. We've then got to think about, okay, do we want to bring some roads down here towards the water? Is our next sort of big question that we need to ask ourselves. But that is a question for a few moments' time, because we finally have someone working in the pit. It is always fun when you've got someone working in the big pit. So, as I say, where we're planning on going now is... not really, just waiting for another person to show up. And one's going to show up somewhere. I know they will. Well, maybe we look at levelling up some burgages, possibly. You know, we've got a lot of level 1 ones. It might be nice to get it up to level 2 at some point. Who knows? Speaking of... I wonder, do we have any more of our livestock yet? That seems to be something out there. Let me speed that up. Excellent. Say their name and they shall appear. Here are our sheep. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Ooh, what's gone wrong? Requires maintenance. Well, do we have tools? We do have tools. Excellent. So in which case, we can just let that go because, I mean, there'll be tools there soon enough, hopefully. So we will just speed everything up and wait for the best. How are things looking over at our wonderful farm? Well, we've got crops. At least we'll have barley. Don't know if we'll have rye or more rye. Barley, rye, wheat. Yeah. Okay. So we may not have crops this year. That's fine. We can live without for now. But while I'm thinking about it, let's have a look at our environment. So we're 13% rural. That's sort of wonderful farmland. 5% farmland. Okay, so that's not our farmland. 0% urban. I mean, I'd hope we had a little bit of urban, but we don't. 40% woodland and 42% meadow. That's wonderful. So I'm wondering how much it will take to turn this here into an urban area. That is the question, I suppose. Saving complete. Right. Yeah, one has to wonder. Although, while I'm here, I am going to open this, because I had a bit of an idea. I want to see if I can get this to work. So what I want to do is I want to take that, sort of up to there, and then take that all the way up to there, take that all the way around to there. No? Then can I take it all the way up to there? Aha. Right, let me close. I don't want to commit to that yet. Let me come back in there. And I'm going to come into here. I do not want to change that. I just want to... Oh no, that's not what I'm looking for. Let me drag that out. Then can I come into there and go like that? Then take that back to there like that. Excellent. We need a few more planks to sort of turn this into our little personal castle, but that's fine. We can do that. And I might just, in that case, move my counting house. Well, actually, I can make it part of the walls. Ooh, didn't know that. Okay, that might be too far. That might be kind of cool. That makes me wonder if I can do the same with the manor itself. I can, I think. Right, I'm going to close that for now, because I do not want to do that at all. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to move that back to there, and I'm going to move that back to... where's the rotate? I do not know. Aha. Let me just pop that back where it is. And I say I don't need a wall for now. We will at some point, but not quite yet. We need to probably get to a good 100 planks first. Well, that is something we will look into, though. I will warn yous now. Oh! Excellent, new settlers, which means we can add someone to our furnace. So we've got someone at the furnace now, someone at the pit. That's good. Are our fish growing back? Yeah, our fish are growing. That's good. In which case, let me just speed everything up. And do we still have one at the woodcutters, one at the foresters? Okay, so at some point we will need to stick someone back on our fish pond, so just so that we can do all the fishing that is required, which should be good. Excellent. So, with that done, it is, at this point, again, just slowly hoping and waiting for things to go in, but this is starting to look a little bit more Metropolis-like, and we are getting people. That's good. Let me make sure we've got our reserve. I guess I'm going to set my reserve back up at 100 fish, just because then that will be a good place to have it. It means that we can have as many fish as we want. And our approval once again is up. That is good. Who isn't happy? You're not happy, but you're level 2. But you're about to be more happy once you get some beverage and once you get some church access. Now, church access, again, we can only upgrade once we've got some smooth stone, some mortar, and some Roof tiles, we are working on the roof tiles at the moment, which means the next things we need to work on are the smooth stone and the mortar, which we are going to work on over up this way. So for us, that means we are going to need a stonemason's station and a lime kiln. Now, I'm going to stick one of those there, and the other one can go the other side. Excellent. And then we will just hope and pray that we can get these two in, because then we are in an even better position than we already are. And, well, we are in a pretty good position. And our orchard over here is growing. That is good. I think good is the best word to describe everything that's happening here this episode. Now, can I wonder, get a couple more burgages along here? Obviously, if I'm getting some walls in along there, then I can afford to get some more burgages over here. Obviously, I want them to have some backyard space. Or, indeed, I could instead come in and put them along there. And that's too small. Okay. So I do think that doing it like that would be the best. And just bringing that out to there and go. Excellent. So we are on... Ooh, we've got 4 people to assign now. So that's 1 over at the stonemason station. That will be 1 over at the lime kiln as soon as it's built. I'm going to set that as a high priority, to be fair. And as I say, stone shouldn't be an issue for us because we've got much stone. Now, our fish reserve has grown. That is wonderful. That should mean that our fisherman is going to go in and do some fishing, and I am going to set the limit. Nope, not down to 5. We don't want to have that. Few, I would rather set it to 50, which is wonderful. And we will sit here waiting for our lime kiln to finish. Excellent. We do have a lot of fellas here now, so I'm going to add another to the forester's hut, just so we can get some more trees up and about. Now, I believe we are making some... We've got clay now, that's good, which should mean that we are indeed getting roof tiles, which is, again, good. So all we need to do is add someone to our lime kiln, and that gives us mortar. And I believe mortar comes from, where is it? There. Rubble stone. That is all good, which means that next episode we will be able to come in and completely redo our church, which is wonderful. I'm also going to upgrade the tavern while we're here. So we've got these burgages up here being built. We've got the lime kiln over here being built, which shouldn't take too long at all. Hopefully. Actually, how much stone have we got in total? We've got 317 rubble stone. So what I am going to do very quickly is I'm going to come up to here, and at our trading post I will be trading away some of our rubble stone. So I will export it and establish a trade route. And I do think we only really need to have 150, we will say that. That will give us at least 150 gold where it stands now, which is good. Now, while we wait for that, we are going to do as we usually do and have a quick wander around. So we've got this area up here to walk about, so we will walk into this upper city out here. Upper city, outer city. Who knows, it's one of the two. So this is quite wonderful. We've got this lovely bit of machinery over here, and we've got our burgages in the middle there, saving complete. And we've got these bits over here. That is good. Now, how does everything look down at our pit? we appear to be flying. That is truly wonderful. I mean, everything at the pit seems to be good, and I've established that we can fly, so the way that I see it, that's a win on all fronts. And let's just finish this off with a very quick trip to our market, which is now slowly growing and tanking our frame rate. But now you can see here the way that this looks. I just really like how this all works and how it looks with the church and all of these burgages now around here, which is wonderful. So, with our lime kiln complete, we can add someone there. And I believe that is where we are going to leave it for this episode. So if you have enjoyed this, then please do give me a like, give me a comment, possibly even a cheeky subscribe if I'm lucky, and I will see you in the next episode. Ta-ta, let's roll that outro.